Guys, it's Bruce and Lindsay, and we're jumping in here one last time for the challenge. As you guys know, those sessions are disappearing from the Facebook group tomorrow on Saturday, February 5th. And so we just wanted to come and share some thoughts and some ideas of what you could do to kind of make the most of the next couple weeks, the next couple of months, as you continue that journey of being a kingdom messenger and a kingdom content creator. So we're hearing a ton of testimonies. We're hearing, people are sending us emails and stuff, just of all the testimonies of what the Lord has done during this challenge. And it's been awesome. So if you had some breakthrough, like jump in the comments right now, just share some wins, aha moments. We'd love to hear that. But we just wanted to share some final thoughts with you as far as next steps.
We were talking today, and we're reminded we love going to conferences, we love going to events, we love to be educated, edified, and equipped, and that happens a lot in conferences and challenges, virtual and in person. And so we were talking about how you can go to a conference, you can be lifted, you can be encouraged, you can be motivated towards change, and you're like, nothing is ever going to be the same again. And then you go home, and within a few days, you hit back your routine, your normal everyday life, and everything kind of goes back to the way it was before you had that revelation, that lift, that encouragement, that equipping. And we really don't want that to happen for you guys. We believe what has been started can be fueled moving forward. This is not just a tiny spark, but this is something that's been ignited in you, and we're seeing that, like Bruce mentioned, we're getting testimonies of just the wins and the aha moments, and we don't want you to let go of all that you've embraced and received during this challenge. And so we just wanted to share 3 keys that we have implemented in our own lives that has really worked as far as continuing to fuel the flame that was sparked when we are in a challenge or in a conference. Mm-hmm. And so we're going to share those with you guys.
And part of that is when you're in a challenge, you get shown all these ideas, right? Mm-hmm. Your mind kind of opens up to that. But what happens is, inevitably, is we go back to habits. We're creatures of habit and routine. And so these are just 3 habits. So you could think of them as keys, 3 habits that you can basically implement over the next while to help you. So number 1 is just accountability, right? Take some time, talk to a friend, a spouse, and just have them check in on you consistently. Figure out a schedule that works for you as far as when you're going to be posting, and then have someone check in on you once a week or something. Hey, did you post your episode this week?
And why or why not? Have that tough conversation. If you didn't post, why? And choose someone that's going to challenge you into no excuses, but kind of picking where you left off and committing again, taking the commitment again. And again, it's that practice that makes permanent. So what's been dropped needs to be picked back up. So don't just pick a friend who's going to be like, that's okay, life is busy, and I know it was a crazy week. Choose someone. It might not even be someone that is very, very close to you, but someone that you know is going to really keep on you about what you've committed to. And then give them the permission to speak truth in your life.
Yeah. And this is something Lindsay did where she published on YouTube or wherever she was posting. Mm-hmm. She would just post that, hey, I'm going to be delivering new episodes, on this schedule. And she would post it. It was there. You could see it in the bio.
So right now, just as an example, it's every Monday. Yeah. My audience knows that I'm posting every Monday. So I've told my audience. Also, Bruce, who's my incredible husband, but also I've given him permission to speak into my life as a coach in this area, is someone who keeps me accountable.
And it's a team effort, right? Yeah. Sometimes it's Saturday, Sunday, and we got to get an episode out. So I'm gonna grab Hannah. We're gonna go do something fun, and Lindsay's gonna sit and write, and get her episode out. So just bring people along the journey that can help you stay accountable to this calling. Okay, number 2 is that we want to build a habit of building those creative reps. We talked about getting 1% better every video, but what will happen is you'll build new creative muscles that you didn't have before. It's like going to work out for the first time. It hurts. When you're done, all your muscles hurt, but over time you just keep working it, and you'll build those muscles up.
Yeah, so like Bruce says, it does hurt, just like when you go to the gym for the first time and you're lifting those weights. So getting better every video is going to require some further stretch. It's not always going to be going back to what's familiar or what's most comfortable, but it's going to be continuing to research, like what can I be doing gear wise? What can I be doing content wise, content strategy wise? What are the new updates with TikTok or whatever platform I'm on? How are other people using this? Getting ideas, engaging with your who through the comments or DMs or however they're engaging with you. Looking at your analytics, like what are my analytics telling me? Am I losing viewers? Am I gaining viewers? Am I staying the same? Why is that? So there's a lot that you can be doing. 1% better every video is going to feel like a stretch and it's going to feel uncomfortable, but you will look behind you a year from now and you will be amazed. I mean, what might probably happen is you'll look at the videos that you made this week and you'll think, oh my goodness, like it's almost embarrassing because your videos and your content and your know-how is going to be so much stronger a year from now, I guarantee, if you commit to getting 1% better every video.
Absolutely. And so the final third habit that we would encourage you is don't be afraid to sow into this new online ministry, right? We talked a lot about being an online missionary to this new landscape, right? And if there was missionaries at coming to a church or standing on stage and they were asking for money to go and sow into, for us, as a congregation to sow into, we would all be so generous, but when it comes to our own ministry and the thing that we know the Lord's called us to this thing, we need to take the time and not just sow our time into it, but also sow money into that. If you really believe in this thing, so what that may look like is you may have to buy some new lighting, right? You may need to eventually get a new camera. You may need to look at some courses. You may even need to hire like a coach to help you at some point. This was something that we have definitely built a habit of this. When we go into a new skill or we're trying to learn something new, we know that we are sowing into it. We sometimes do that from our business standpoint, so we can it can be part of our business. So posture is kind of part of the business. Posture. Yeah, and so we have invested a lot into coaching. We've invested a lot into gear and equipment and things like that.
Facebook ads.
Yeah. Why don't you tell us about
the
first time we ran Facebook ads?
This was a huge mindset shift for me. Probably one of my biggest resistances that I've had in my whole 2 years of being a Kingdom Messenger online, and that was when I first started out. I was willing to sow the blood, sweat, and tears that came to all my time and clearing my schedule and figuring it out and all that stuff. But weeks into my journey, Bruce said, Linz, this is really good stuff. Like, we need to get this in front of more people. We need to grow your viewership so that it's getting to more of your who. And I'm like, okay, well, how do you do that? Well, ads. He's like, we need to run some Facebook ads. And I was like, and I refuse. And he's like, we're talking like $5 a day, guys. It's embarrassing the amount. I wasn't even willing to sow that into my own ministry, the own message I felt like God was stirring me. That's how low my confidence was. And really, I think I had such a low view of myself in this new ministry mode. So Bruce said, and he repeated words from our mentor, Pedro, you are good soil. You have to see yourself as good soil. He said, you're willing to put hours and hours and hours of your time into this, which he said, by the way, and I agree with this, your time is more valuable than money. Your time is the most valuable resource. I was willing to spend all this time when it came to start sowing money into new equipment, ads. I had such resistance. But I allowed my accountability, the person I said, I need you to keep me accountable to this, to speak into my life, truth. And I took his lead, and we started buying some Facebook ads to get Posture's message, my episodes, in front of people. Yeah. And it was incredible the amount of comments that started coming in of people that I was reaching that said, I needed this today. Yeah. And I thought, what if I hadn't been willing to spend that $5 a day on Facebook ads? And that was really when things began to shift, because something shifted in me. Something in that the transformation happened in the transaction of me letting go of money into this ministry that the Lord had birthed in me, and feeling like, you know what, this is good ground. This is worth it. And it turns out it is, because there's been so much harvest that has been birthed. Maybe some of you guys are here in Kingdom Messengers because you saw one of the ads that we ran for Kingdom Messengers. So that is because we believe Kingdom Messengers is good soil, and we're willing to invest in it.
Absolutely. And again, it's kind of this mindset shift about money that is something that we just challenge you guys to build that habit that when it comes up and say, because I think initially all of us are like so hesitant to invest in our own thing.
Yeah.
It really forces you to really believe in that the message you have is worth sharing, right? And like Lindsay said, like we started doing things like that. We invested in coaching to help with strategy, and we joined all kinds of things to help with just the tech and how to do keyword research and all the different things. It's there's a lot to it once you start to get into it.
Which also, if I can interrupt,
Yeah.
it forced me to show up in different environments and say, I'm Lindsay and I host Posture. Like
Which was a big deal. It
which
sounded
was a big
so
deal.
real at that point.
Yeah, there was so much that was happening within that season of beginning to spend resource outside of just my time, but begin to you also show up in spaces to be coached, to be mentored, and say, like, this is who I am and this is what I'm doing, and grow confidently in that.
It's awesome. So those are the three things: accountability, building those creative reps,
Yes.
and then just having a better habit around sowing into this ministry that the Lord has just given you. And so, guys, thank you so much for being a part of this challenge. Thanks for being a part of this community.
Yeah.
As you guys know, Lindsay and I will be shifting our focus to start serving our Kingdom Messenger members each week with coaching and other things. And so we won't be present anymore in this group. But stay tuned. We do have other events and emails and updates in this group throughout the year. We'll do a couple events throughout the year. So we'd love to connect with you again on a future workshop or a challenge.
We encourage you guys to stay connected with each other, encourage each other, support each other, and we're excited to see what grows.
And so if you're still considering membership or maybe getting the DIY roadmap option, we would love to make ourselves available to hop on a short 20-minute Zoom call with you, just a one-on-one, and just see if this is the right fit for you, right? To see if it's the right season for where you are on your Kingdom Messenger journey. So if that's interested, just shoot us an email at help@kmwsupport.com, and we'll drop some links here in the comments as well. So if you're interested in that, we just want to make sure that we don't miss anyone who's like still wants to be part of this.
We know
membership.
people are catching up on replays and have joined a little bit later, so we do want to make that available to you in case you have any questions. We can have a quick chat and just make sure that you feel peace moving forward in whatever decision is right for you.
So we love you guys. We are so excited. We can't wait to see you in the next event. So good luck, and we'll be praying for you guys. God bless.
Bye, guys.